Hey, hi Saurabh.
Hey, hi, Varun.
Okay, I hope you have gone through the video and let's start with the remaining portion. Is that fine?
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, let me open this thing. Okay, if you remember, I hope you remember the diagram. So yeah,
yeah, Varun.
okay. So we have completed this till we have completed this much. Uh, like connecting AWS to Databricks, and we have exposed those files to Databricks. So we have completed till this. We have completed this now. Okay. So now moving forward, I will tell you. So if you remember this S3A, I was telling, I will explain you in more detail. So if you want to access your S3 bucket files, so what Hadoop did, they have created one file system and it is on S3 protocol. They have built file functionality. So if you want to access your S3 files, you can use this file system. So basically you need to pass certain access key. Basically you need to pass certain configuration. This is the minimal configuration we are passing. You can pass the catalog implementation and other thing. You can Google it, but to access S3 files, we need to pass it. This is a minimal configuration we need to pass it. Okay, to access our AWS S3 bucket related stuff. Okay, so yeah, this is all about S3A. So this is the definition. Uh, S3A is Amazon S3A file system. They have developed a they have developed for Hadoop to access S3 files. Okay, and it is built on S3 protocol to access S3 object API. Okay, so this is for S3A introduction. So yeah, and coming to second thing which we will focus today. Okay, things to explain, and what is Spark. I will explain the data set also, and why should we not use the schema infer schema. If you remember, I told that in previous session we should avoid infer schema in production or maybe in development also, but for like if you are performing for in development, if you want to try it, you can try it, but for production you should avoid it. Okay, so why should we avoid it? First, like I will give you the reason, and let's focus on when I will come to third point. I will explain, and we will do some questions on data analysis. I have created some couple of questions. We will focus on these uh, questions. Okay, so okay, so let's focus on the Spark thing. So basically you can use any you can use also pandas also here, because data set is very small. If you want to, if you want to use the pandas, you can use it. Okay, but uh, if you will use the panda is working on the single machine, and if you want to use a multi-node machine, you should go for Spark. Okay, like Spark is this, it is just processing framework. Okay, if you want to do anything, process your data, so you can use the Spark. Okay, you can use the pandas also, but if you want to uh, process your data distributedly, so in that way you should use the Spark. Okay, Spark is just a plug and play processing framework. Okay, and it not provide you, it will not provide you storage, or it won't provide you the resource management. Okay, it's just a plain processing framework. So if you need your processing fast, okay, and distributedly, you can go for Spark. Okay, I will tell you one example. Okay, so in one of the my project, I was doing the data transformation, um, not transformation, transferring data from one location to another. Okay, I was using the Python. Okay, and that files was CSV. Okay, so in that one, Python was taking more than 30 minutes. So it was still was that time Python was running. Okay, but when I shifted to Spark, it completed it within like 10 minutes. So that is the power of Spark. So if I choose Python, it will take more time, that because it's pure Python. If I go with the Spark, like combination of Python plus Spark, it will be much faster than core Python. So yeah, this is the Spark. That's why, like, you can, for this example, you can use the pandas also, but right now we have choose the Spark, as I have told why we have choose the Spark and what is capability. And in okay, and next point, I will tell you what is a data set. I will explain you the data set, what data set we are using. So I think you have provided me this link for data set. So there are 5 tables or 5 type of CSV. So I will explain each one by one. Okay, first, the order is different, but I will explain you from here. So there is one player CSV. In this one player CSV, it's just related to information. It is storing the information related to individual player. Okay, so if we go to that player CSV, let me open that one. Yeah, you can see what is the name of player, what is the birth date, uh, uh, what is the, like, the player is right-handed or left-handed, bowling scale, and which country he and she belongs to. Okay, that is the player related information inside this CSV. If we go for second CSV, that is team. Okay, so it is related information about the team. The name itself is self explanatory. Okay, so in this one, a team, if you go the team, okay, it is down only, it is just showing the team ID. It will be the primary key, it will be unique, and this is a team name. What will be the team name? Okay, so third one is the match. Okay, it is a centralized table. It is containing information of uh, what is the match ID, what is the date, what is the venue, what who is, which team is winner. Well, uh, give me 1 minute, let me open the match columns also. So if you see which teams are playing, like in team 1 is in match, they will be between two teams, no, that's why team 1 is there and team 2 is there. That information is there. What is the match date, which years it is there, venue name, city, country, who won the toss, and who won that match, and okay, this type of information is there on the match CSV. This is like, if this fourth CSV, it is a player match CSV. It is like bridge between match and player. Okay, so basically it will provide you more detail, like, oh, it is like many to many relation. Okay, and it will provide you the relation between who is the player and what is the, which player is participate in which match. Okay, so it is just like a bridging between match table and player table. When I say table or maybe CSV or dataset, it is like I'm using, um, both are like, all words are interconnected. I can use sometime I can use the CSV, sometime I can use the table or CSV. Okay, so yeah, this is related to player match. And last table, ball by ball, it provide you, like, it will provide you the information on granular level. So each ball related information, it will be there. So if you see a data set, okay, what is a match ID, in which, what is the over ID, okay, what will the ball ID, okay. So over ID is like which over is running, is related to this one, okay, and which team is like playing, which team is bowling. And if you go down also, there will be couple of things, striker, bowler. So e- depend on the what data set, like what analysis we want, we can check the columns and we can go through. So yeah, this is a high level data set explanation. Okay, so if you have any question till now, you can ask me related anything, like whatever I explained.
Yeah, it's good to go till now. I
Oh,
have no query.
okay, so yeah, okay, so we have completed first point, and we have completed the second point. We will move forward with the third point. Okay, so I hope you remember this code. And so yeah, as I was telling, why should we avoid the infer schema. So if you go and if you see this uh, DAG, I will tell you, uh, basically Spark try to read this data, sample data, okay, to infer data type. Okay, so we should avoid it. Like if data is huge, it will take some time to run, like in your production if you are running. Okay, data is like 10 GB, so it will hamper our job, because first it will try to infer the schema, okay, automatically, and it will take some time. That is the first reason. And second reason, if suppose this match ID is suppose spark infer automatically, it is a string, but actually it should be integer. So there will be possibility that data type will not match. Okay, so that is a two reason which you should avoid infer schema. So better way, what you can do, yeah. So if I copy this, copy paste here, and so I have created already snippet. Okay, I will explain it. Okay, so this is a ball schema. Okay, so whenever you are creating, like you can create it two way. If you want to create the schema, this is the first way. So you need to import struct type and struct field from the type module. Okay, and some data type you need to import based on whatever the requirement. If it is an integer, you need to import it from type integer. Okay, inside struct type, like this is a syntax, this is a struct type, and in struct type you mention each field detail. Okay, so this first one is the name of the field. this is the data type, you need to mention it. And this is the if the field is nullable or not, like it can be, like in SQL we are passing that particular column cannot be null, you need to pass it false. If it is a null, basically you can pass the null value. Okay, so by we are keeping as a true, so we can pass this column can be null. Okay, this is the meaning of this third parameter. So if you go our data set, okay, let's go, this is a match id, you can see this is an integer type, so that's why we are giving match id integer type. If you go second column, this is the over type, over id, and this is the integer. Likewise we have given for all the data set, sorry, not data set, for this particular CSV. So now we will learn it from so we have, okay, is done, this on this line is executed successfully. Now if you go here, I will give another name with schema, and if I will remove this one, here you can see this is two jobs are there. Okay, now if I will pass the schema here, what is the variable, goal schema, it is instant. Okay, and it is not showing any job, so it it is instant as you have seen that one. Okay, I will again run it. If I will run this one, no schema, so see, it is taking some time and it is trying to read, it is inferring, so it is taking 5 seconds. If you go, it is just took only 1 second. So they, so you have seen the difference. So now this is the one way, as I told, you can use it like this. Another way what you can do, again, this is a like DDL way. You can, this is a Python multi-line string. Okay, how you can write in Python, like just give triple quotes and you can write in multi-paragraph basically. So what you can do, you just copy match id and write integer over id integer. Likewise you can do this thing, and the same thing you can pass it integer. Okay, so let me copy this line again, and ddl, I have then run this one line, and I run this one. Okay, uh, okay, it's done. Okay, so one thing if you noticed, uh, so in this one we are passing entire column, all the columns. Okay, you can, okay, you can see here, and you can see I am just passing this much column also. So you can, whatever the column you need, you can select it like this also. So suppose in, if our data set is very huge, like they are like thousands of column, and you just require these three column, just load these three column only, so it will be very efficient. That is a one technique of optimization. So in this one also I can do like this only. Like if I require this three column, I can remove other columns. So suppose if I comment this line, and if you want to see, okay, it's done, this code is done successfully. And if I will print this thing, you can see, so you can see match id, over id, and ball id. You can see only three fields because we have attached three fields on it. And now if I will run this thing again, it will work. So you can see we are using Spark way, okay, and only three columns we are able to see because we have passed three columns. And we can use this DDL also. So based on your preferable choice, like both are, you can use both. Maybe you can use one of approach, but I think this is easiest way. So okay, so do you have any question till now?
No, bro. It's pretty clear up till now.
Okay, so yeah, let's move forward. So I will remove this thing, and I will run it again. Yeah, just all schema. You can see there will be a couple of things. I will call this one. Yeah. So yeah. So I hope you understood that why should we avoid the infer schema.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I will keep it this. Give me 1 minute. I will comment this part. I will comment this also. So you can refer, like if you want to in future, you want to refer, you can refer it. That's why I'm commenting. So yeah, let me open my free form. Yeah. So we have completed this one, third point. Let's move forward for, let's move to fourth point. So yeah, let me open this right now. Okay, so we have done this one, expose those files to Databricks pyspark, and we are accessing the CSV. Here, if you remember, we are accessing the CSV via S3. After this one, they, there is one more step. I will introduce cleaning. So I was looking in the data. I was looking into the data. So I found some anomalies in the data, which I will tell you. Give me 1 minute. So yeah, this is the step whenever you go for production and anything. So when you got that, like if you are accessing CSV. So right now in our case we are using the CSV. If it is a park or maybe other file format, you need to like any file for here the file format will come. Okay, right now we are using the CSV, that's why we are accessing the CSV. So if you are using ORC, you will access the ORC file format. Now coming this part, so before you doing anything you should check your data. What? Okay, let's go this one. If you remember, um, ball by ball, uh, team batting, it should be string, or team batting basically it is a name of team. So if I query this thing, okay, so if I will basically, if you want, if you, I hope you remember this display or through, it will show you the result. It basically show, it will show you 20 records only. So if you see team batting, it should be the name of the team, and if I will select, I will write in. So I, okay, let's go via SQL way. So if you want, so this is a data frame. Okay, uh, what is data frame? I will explain. Data frame is a combination of RDD plus plus schema. And let me show you this one. Data frame RDD plus schema. So in RDD you are just giving the structure, how will data will look like, what is the data type. So you are just giving the meaningful information or structure. So what is the RDD now? RDD is resilient distributed data set. Basically it is how Spark is showing the data. Basically if you will, if you want to store your data, Spark will store in this RDD manner. So yeah, this is the RDD. If you want I can explain you RDD more, but let's focus first on this one. So it is a, okay, so yeah, this is the data frame. Now give me 1 minute. So so this is a high level API and RDD is low level API. So in data frame it will give you the optimization, catalyst optimization is using. We will go in another session like what is catalyst optimization and optimizer. So you can understand, like just consider this one RDD is a it how Spark is representing your data in RDD way. Okay, and it is, if you apply the schema on top of RDD, it it become data frame. Okay, so this is our data frame. So now if you give me 1 minute. Yeah, if you want to select some column using data frame, you just pass the column name. Suppose if I want a team who team betting, who is uh, playing that match, who is betting that basically. And other column, if I want, I can just pass it over ID and just I can use the display. So you can see we are just using two columns. So yeah, so okay. Mhm. Yeah, so this is the we can select only two columns. Okay, I was showing you the different data set. Sorry, not data set, different values of team betting. So so this is a data frame, and if I want to use the in SQL way, so what should I do? Like create temp view, create temp view. Basically, if okay, let me give you the ball df. You can give anything, any name. It will be the temporary table. You can see. Okay, it so it will basically act as a temporary table, and it will pointing to this data frame itself. So if it is a if this view is already there, so it will replace it, otherwise it will create it. So if I run this one, I can use this thing spark dot sql select stick from ball df and display. As you can see, we can work like if you want to work as a SQL, you can use this thing also, like SQL way also you can work it. So we have just created a temporary table. You can see this is the how we are using. So this is the different data frame name, and this is the what name we want to use in SQL. So that reference we have given here. Okay, so now if you see distinct team setting, you can see there will be couple of different. You can see as I was telling you, this should be the name of the team, but if you see data is not cleared properly or data is not proper, so we need to clean it before move forward. Okay, so yeah, I that was I was telling in this thing, we should always check the data before moving forward. Okay, so this, I think this step should come here. Okay, for C basically this one is for SQL, so I will adjust it. Give me 1 minute. This one, so so okay, now how we will this one, how we will clean the data. So as you know, it should be string. So I think, and if you think about it, like 3 will be the not the team name. Okay, you can consider Gujarat Lions, will be the team name, Kolkata Knight Riders. Okay. So in SQL, how would you do? You can use the regex. Okay. So how will you write it? So I hope you know something about the SQL, like little bit, sort of. Sort of, Bharati. Sort of. Okay. So you can mm, see the recording and let me know if you have any doubt. I think you are not there. So yeah. So in where condition, you just need to pass this column, which column we want to clean. Okay. So this is the R like, and in this basically we are passing the regex here. What we are let me write it. Okay, so what we are doing here, in this column, whatever the value between 0 to 9, or maybe like 10, or maybe whatever the combination is here, if the value is in between, remove it. Basically it is giving you not. So if between 0 to 9, just remove it. So if you see, I will run it again. You can see this is the on listing, it is coming, not numeric value. And why we are using listing? So suppose there are couple of value will be there, like repetitive value will be there. So we don't want, like if I remove the distinct, the suppose 777 multiple time it will be there. Okay, so it will come multiple time if I want to use the distinct keyword. So that's why I'm using that string here. Okay, so this is in SQL how will you perform, like this you will perform this thing. Now if you do this way, it will give you this line will give you the data frame again. Okay, if I will do this thing, clean all df, I will get the this data frame. You can see pyspark data frame, and we are getting this column only. So yeah, so again if I want to use this in SQL, again I need to register as a temporary table. Okay, so if I do this thing, this one, and spark dot window display. You can see only we are getting the string, not numeric value. Okay, so yeah, so for like for other data also we should check before before doing joining and anything. We should check the data. Like this you can analyze the data. what is the value. If it is like, as you see, it should be a string, and team batting will be the name of the team. So you can consider one is not it, like it is a common sense, like one will not be the name of the team. So yeah, so we have, okay, let's give me, I have, oh, give me 1 minute. Okay. So we got the ball df schema, we are just reading. Now we have created the temporary view, and after this one, so we will use this thing. So basically we are taking all the columns from the data frame, and but we want the filter. Basically we want to remove those records which are not string, basically which are not team's name. Give me one. Okay, so after this one, so it will give me the data frame, and yeah, this will give me the data frame. Let's start with the this portion, our first question. Okay, I will try to give you one or two question, because I think the session will be done going, that session is taking too much time. So yeah, so I will give you this question, you try. If you are not getting answer, we will try it again. So this is our first question. Okay, which team has scored the most boundaries? Boundaries means, like, you know already, if you are if you are watching cricket, fours and six. So now we got the clean data frame. Okay, which how we will decide which table we will use it? So just go this thing and just see. um, Give me 1 minute, I will tell you. This is the, yeah, this is the column run score. Like I I was I I was telling that for in each over, what is a ball? Okay, like in each over, suppose there will be 7 balls. 7 balls information, it is in this table. So if I want to access this thing, so first I need to create this as a table, temporary table. So I will write it, create, replace temp view. You can give any name. Now I'm giving this thing. So spark.sql select clean table, and if you go this column, if you select this column, and if you do display, you can see 6, 0 run, 1 run, 6 run. Okay, so okay, you can see and check your data also. Okay, so now what this question is saying, which team has scored the most boundaries? So we require the 4 and 6. So how we will go? So okay, so first we need the team and the count of boundary, like most boundaries. Okay, so if you write uh, team batting, that's why we have cleaned this name, team batting. In this one have already cleaned that name, team batting. Now basically in we want the team. Now just go with the run score, this column. Give me 1 minute. Run score. Yeah, I will explain you this query. Okay, let me go TV. Yeah, so just write the simplest thing, just break down the problem. So if run score is 4, I want it, or if run score is 6, I want both the result, like if run score is 6 or 4, both of them, or maybe like if run score is 4 or 6, so I want those record only. So if I will run this thing, you will get the result 666. Other than like 4 and 6, you will not get it, because we are only interested in 4 and 6. So you can see now. Now you need to count it. How will you count it? For separately 4s and 6. So you know this is the count function. Inside you can write the case statement. Case when, this is the syntax. Here the column name will come. Basically this condition you can write it, and write then and 1 and n. If this run score equal to 4, then count it, otherwise don't count it. So we will give the name as a force. Likewise you can do for 6 also. 6, we will get the 6. So now we are using aggregation function. We need to group by on the T, because we want the boundaries team wise. So that's why we are using the team, and which team uh, scored how many 4s and 6. So that's why we are using group by on the basis of team batting. So as you can see, Gujarat Lions is the they have scored uh, two 218 4s and 92 6. But how would you know that which team is scored most of the boundary? So what should you do? Order by run force descending. So it will give you the mm, most like if it is a maximum value, it will give you the first one. So if I run this thing, we will see Kolkata Knight Riders is the they have they scored force most boundaries, force and six also. So as you can see, like for this thing, uh, basically run force score is a 228, and it but you see this is a 188, but it is showing 87. So what SQL is doing, it is running based on or in which order we have given the column. So first it will run this thing, and after getting this, so first it will run this till this portion fourth. So based on after getting this result, we will it will run on this portion also. So in you can see this 228 is the highest, and then 225. After we are getting this result, then the second filter will apply. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So I this one is not accurate, and so yeah. Right now we can, like I just explain you. This is way how we can do this our analysis. We can address the query. You just like let me know the this actual query. Okay. So yeah, so this is the data. If you want to do this uh, data set in this one, if you want to visualize this thing, give me 1 minute. I was preparing before that, like I was explaining, I was also trying this thing. So this is the snippet I will explain you. Okay, so if you remember, I was telling this will give me the data frame. So I will store it in one variable. So yeah, so I will remove the display. So yeah, so basically we are using one library matplotlib. Okay, it is using for visualization, graph and plot. If you want to do, you can use it. So we are just converting into pandas data frame, and give me 1 minute. Okay, if we will run it, we will get the nice visualization. Okay, I think we have changed the column name. The same this column is referring here. We just need to adjust it. Team betting here using the same thing. So you can see Kolkata Knights. You can see the visualization. So what it is doing, it first converting the into pandas data frame. We are accessing the columns, like this is the first column, we are accessing like this one. Okay, when you got the columns, basically you are just defining the what is the figure size. Okay, what will be like size of this graph, and suppose which chart or graph you want to use. You just uh, suppose if I want, there are a couple of graph. This is a matplotlib website. You can just go through and if you go that bar, and just right now we are using the bar. So this is the definition. Basically, you just pass the x-axis and what is the height. So if you see, our x-axis will, it should be the team. Okay, this should be the x-axis. Okay, so and y should be the this thing. So it basically give this range. Whatever the value we are passing, 4 and 6, it it will automatically define the range. So in between it will show you the different graphs, bars basically. Okay, so yeah, and other parameter you can play around. So yeah, and second thing, and last, not second, last thing, we will save this data set on this S3. I will tell you. uh, this is the snippet. Okay, so we have this data frame. We just uh, this is a write, you can say this is a writer. Basically you are using the write functionality whatever the Spark is providing, and this is the format, like this is the again the class name which Databricks have implemented. So in this one, suppose if you want to save in the park A, the class will be the different. Okay, and if you want to save the header, because if you see the data, yeah, these are the columns, and you want to save the columns also, headers. So that's why we are giving true. And the save method, where we want to save it, like on S3, this is the data, this is the bucket name, and this is the folder. So it should not be there, that output folder. If it will be there, it will give you the error. So you can see output folder is not there. So if I will run this thing, it will save your data, whatever the data inside the data frame, it will save on S3 bucket. So you can see this is done, and if you will refresh object 6, you can see this is your CSV. So yeah, um, so these are the question I will like give in my uh, YouTube channel, and title I will give you the separately also. So yeah, we have completed this part, this pipeline. So do you have any questions, sir?
No, up till now it's clear.
Okay, so yeah, so I will give this question also, so you can try it. Okay, let's yeah, you have any question?
No questions. Yeah, I got your point that rest of the questions I need to try it. I'll do it.
Okay, if you have any doubt, you can like ping me. We will try it together and record it. And yeah, so in my last video, I got one comment like some user wants the difference between CSV Park AORC. I will try to get the information, and we will like record the session, and we will give you the KT also.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's close this session. Okay, I am stop recording.